Okay, imagine the world as one giant video game. Some players start with a wooden sword and no armor. Others spawn in with a jetpack, a rocket, and Elon Musk money. Yeah, it's that unfair. Today, we're going to climb through every single level of wealth, from the poorest farmers living on less than $2 a day, all the way up to Musk, who earns $1,300 every single second. By the time you blink, he just made your monthly rent. But first, I've got 2 questions for you. And trust me, less than 2% of people get both right. Question 1. Where does most of the world live? A. Low-income countries. B. Middle-income countries. C. High-income countries. Question 2. Since the year 2000, has global inequality A. Gone up, B. Stayed the same, C. Or actually gone down? Lock in your answers. Don't cheat. I'll reveal the truth at the end, and I guarantee at least one will shock you. All right, let's start at the very bottom of the ladder. The poorest countries? Almost all in Africa. And the one at the very bottom? Burundi. Here, the median income is around $1.80 per day. That's not per coffee. That's not even per Starbucks napkin. That's per day. Families are big, about 5 kids on average. But tragically, about 1 in 20 children don't live to see their 5th birthday. Homes? Made from mud bricks. Light? A fire. Cooking? Same fire. Beds? Straw mats. Toilet? A hole in the dirt. Water? You hike, you fetch, you carry. And here's the shocking part. Some families here survive on less than 90 cents a day. Not per person, per family. 90 cents. That's less than the change hiding in your couch cushions. Imagine trying to feed, clothe, and shelter an entire family with the price of a single candy bar. It's heartbreaking. But here's the first surprise. This level of poverty only covers about 3.6% of the world's population. Extreme, yes, but not where most people live. Now let's climb up. Add more countries. Ethiopia, Nigeria, Pakistan, Bangladesh. And suddenly we've got a quarter of the world. Bangladesh is fascinating. The median daily income? $4.78. Not luxury, but far above $1.80. A typical family might live under a tin roof. They've got real beds, a water pump, a toilets, even electricity. And here's the crazy part. Over 99% of households in Bangladesh now have power. Why is that shocking? Because in 1970, in Portugal, a rich European country, only 64% had electricity, meaning today's Bangladesh is, in some ways, ahead of 1970s Portugal. So yeah, the once poor, always poor myth? Totally busted. And already, you're seeing the answer to question 1. Most of humanity does not live in extreme poverty. And speaking of leveling up, quick reality check. Right now, think about your daily budget. How much do you spend on food, coffee, Netflix? Could you survive on just $2 a day? Yeah, me neither. Okay, back to our climb. As we add more bubbles, we now cover half the world's population. India, Indonesia, Latin America, this is the global middle. In Indonesia, the median wage is about $6 a day. Families live in small houses with bathrooms, kitchens, bedrooms. Motorbikes dominate the streets. And everyone, literally everyone, has a smartphone with internet. This is where life starts to look familiar. Ordering food, streaming shows, scrolling memes. It's daily life, not survival. Next stop, Brazil. Median wage, around $17 a day. And here's the twist. For the first time, the average family has fewer than 2 kids, 1.6 to be exact. Translation? Wealth goes up, family size goes down. Kids are expensive and people here know it. But Brazil is also a land of contrasts. On one street you see luxury condos and shiny cars, and just around the corner, favelas where families struggle to eat. It's like 2 different worlds sharing the same city. And here's the crazy stat. At this level, more people die from obesity than hunger. Yep, humanity climbed so far that food itself became the problem. Cars, computers, and fridges are common here, but inequality? Still massive. Brazil is basically the average level of the world, where progress and problems crash into each other every single day. Jump higher and we reach Spain. Median income, $41 per day. People here have modern housing, healthcare, social security, and passports? Total superpower. A Spanish passport lets you travel to 189 countries visa-free. Compare that to someone in a low-income country who can barely travel anywhere. Freedom of movement is itself a kind of wealth. But even here, people feel stuck. Economists call this the elephant curve. Picture an elephant. The trunk rising? That's Asia's middle class booming. The back flat? That's the Western middle class stuck. And the tail spiking? That's the global 1% popping champagne on their yachts. So yeah, if your paycheck feels frozen for 20 years, congratulations. You're basically the elephant's butt. Now we're in the richest 10% of humanity. Countries like the US, median income $62 per day. Houses? Bigger. Cars? Bigger. Shopping? Costco-sized. Here's the kicker. If you're middle class in the US, you might already be in the global top 1%. Yeah, surprise. But averages hide reality. In the US, the top 10% earn nearly half of all income. In South Africa, 65%. And if you switch from income to wealth, houses, stocks, savings, the inequality gap turns into the Grand Canyon. Whew. Now, forget countries. Let's talk global wealth tiers. $1 million plus. Congrats, you're in the global 1%. 82 million people own 38% of all wealth. 21 million plus. Welcome to the 0.01%. Just 800,000 people. Many fly private jets. $1 billion plus. You're in the 3,000-person billionaire club. Together, they own 3% of global wealth. And on top, Elon Musk, around $400 billion. Between 2020 and 2024, his wealth grew $1,300 per second. By the time you finish this sentence, he just bought a Bugatti. Here's a wild stat. If Musk dropped a $100 bill, it's literally not worth his time to pick it up. Imagine being so rich that free money is basically trash. Okay, let's revisit our quiz. Question 1. Where does most of the world live? Answer. Middle-income countries. Not poor, not rich, middle. Question 2. Since 2000, has global inequality gone up or down? Answer. Down. Wait, what? Yes, inequality within countries has gotten worse. Billionaires ballooned, but inequality between countries has shrunk. Billions of people climbed out of extreme poverty, especially in Asia. Back in 1990, almost 40% of humanity lived in extreme poverty. Today, the majority live in middle-income nations. That's insane progress in one generation. Doesn't mean everything's fixed. Inequality inside countries? Still huge. But globally? We're moving in the right direction. And yeah, chances are you got at least one question wrong. Don't worry, I did too when I first saw the data. So tell me in the comments, where are you on this ladder? Closer to $1 or closer to Musk? Thanks for watching. And if you love data stories that mess with your brain, smash that subscribe button. See you in the next one.